Hello and welcome to the Pisces New Moon Solar Eclipse activation. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this powerful, these days leading up to this eclipse. This is a configuration that is like wowza in the sky. And this last week, we've been really feeling it because we're coming off that full moon partial eclipse in Leo with tons of fire and air and trines and just kind of a feeling of lightning. And then kind of as the sun moved into Pisces on the 18th, 19th, the last few days, we have had a little bit of a feeling like dropping off of a cliff. Now, the other thing that's making it feel like this is Mars is come up directly here with Uranus and directly opposing Jupiter, triggering the Pluto-Uranus square of generational change. So what's happening is we've talked about this Pluto-Uranus square and about how it's a breakdown of the structures of our life that are no longer serving. And with Jupiter there in Libra, a lot of the spotlight of the structures we're working with right now have to do with relationships. And we've kind of come to a place where the changes that we want to see in the world, the release of hatred and negativity, is all playing out in our interpersonal relationships. So it's a really intense time where it might feel like things, it's not just relationships, any structures of your life are up for review right now. Mars is an action planet. Mars is like, let's go, let's get her done. Mars is at home in Aries, loves being in Aries. It's just got tons of fire, tons of energy. Mars doesn't have a retrograde this year. It is just full bore ahead. Let's make some stuff happen. So what does it want to make happen? It wants to make happen these generational changes, this new way of living, this Aquarian age. In Aries, it's the sign of rebirth, the sign of the new. And Uranus there in Aries is a rebirth of the self, a rebirth of our collective identity, a rebirth of who we think we are, humanity. And interestingly enough, that's happening in each of us as we change our belief systems and change our patterns. So a lot of the structures that are changing in our life right now, the breaking down, is a very beautiful thing as a breakdown of the old belief patterns. But a lot of times when these old belief patterns start to fall apart, it feels like, where's the ground under my feet? Who am I? What's going on here? And we certainly have a lot of that energy with all of these planets in Pisces, 5 planets in Pisces and the South Node. So Mercury is just about to move into Pisces, the very early degrees, very potent place. Mercury, the messenger, bringing these messages of this new age. How do we, in our practical understanding, make sense of what's been going on in all of this astrology? And how do we prepare for the future? What does this all really mean? And so we're still trying to figure out what this Pluto-Uranus square means, but Mars is like pushing at the gate, a horse at the gate. This fire energy, the 2017, the year of the fire rooster, just kind of giving some oomph. This is the beginning of 2017, these eclipses, that full moon in Leo. And now this is the last eclipse with the North Node in Virgo, South Node in Pisces. We've got just a few more degrees and a few more months of this energy before the North Node in the middle of May moves into Leo. So that is the new energy we're moving into. And Leo is a robust, creative expression, playful, fun. And so it's very different than this North Node in Pisces, or North Node in Virgo, South Node in Pisces, where it's about cleaning up and figuring out the truth and sorting through things. And so we're getting ready to, on the verge of an expression in a massive way of these changes. This Pluto-Uranus square started back in 2011. And but it wasn't like when the Pluto and Uranus came together in the 60s and were said to have been associated with all the social changes that happened during that time. Those social changes didn't start to really erupt and show themselves until a couple years after those planets were in that conjunction. That's where we are here. The Uranus-Pluto square is officially over, although it's this month in February. It's the closest in square that these planets will be. So we are really feeling, exploring, understanding, looking, learning what in the heck This is about what does it mean to break down the structures of our lives that are no longer working collectively and individually. Now, Venus is really powerful right now. It's in Aries, but it's about to take a retrograde on March 4th. It turns retrograde, and it won't be turning direct until the middle of April. So in its retrograde, it's going to go through this Aries energy where Mars and Uranus are right now, back through that, back into Pisces, come up right with Chiron, and it's a double, another pass with Chiron right as it turns direct. So Mars and Venus, part of the energy of January was Mars and Venus coming up on Chiron there in Pisces. Now Chiron isn't close to the moon and the sun are closer to Neptune. They're at 8 degrees, Neptune's at 11. So they're really close. It's closer to Neptune, but Chiron is still in Pisces, holding this potent energy about healing the collective wounds of the past, about changing our whole energy around woundedness, learning lessons, karma. Chiron is getting a makeover, and while it's in Pisces, it's like a completion of this cycle, the wounds of the past Piscean age. Pisces is also a water sign. It's a sign of the collective consciousness, the oneness, the spiritual connection to everything. So Chiron there in Pisces is talking to the spiritual wounds of humanity, of this past age, the belief systems. That Pluto in Capricorn is about the belief systems of religion and capitalism and the things that have caused deep pain in humanity, control of the people through religious control, domination, and we're having an end of this whole cycle. And so Chiron is the wounded healer. So wherever Chiron is in your chart is going to show you the placement of your deepest core wounds, but it also shows you your deepest gifts, your abilities to heal, your shamanistic, magical capacities. So we've got this powerful energy in Pisces going on, and Pisces is about illusion and delusion, our fantasy life, our addictions, but also the connection to the collective dream. And so we're having this huge opportunity to rewrite this collective dream, rewrite the story we've been going by. And in this, Chiron, the wounded healer, he went through a lot of pain to become the healer that he was. But part of becoming the shaman and the healer that he is means that there's a deep respect for all that's happened leading up to this time. So Chiron is going through a revolution and coming out of this place of victim. Pisces has a lot of victim energy. It's a lot of like being subordinate to a greater authority, conformity, and belief systems around the power of religion and the power of following one leader. And so we're breaking out of this and going into this Aquarian age, which is about freedom of the individual and also the collective, but as the collective can serve the individual and how the individual can serve the whole. So we're really coming to a more humanitarian, egalitarian energy, and we've got to let go of these energies of the past where we've been wounded by feeling victim to our life. Now, I'm not sure if there's anybody who can't identify with that. It's hard in this life, the way it is right now, to not sometimes feel like things are working against you. And this is indeed the energy of this Chiron in Pisces. It's kind of like you thought you were done with this big gaping wound and you thought it had healed over completely, but now it's being triggered yet again. And yet again, there's festering stuff that needs to come out and be released in order for the healing to occur. So that's kind of what this energy has been like with Chiron and Pisces, is just like re-injuring an old wound again and again. So this week leading up to all this Pisces energy and the sun and the moon in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, South Node in Pisces, Mercury moving into Pisces, it's really speaking about this victimization, this woundedness, and a different way of seeing things. Now, Pisces has this kind of So we're moving into this eclipse and things seem really strange. It's like, what's real and what's not real? We're really feeling as this Neptune gets triggered. The Neptune is kind of this illusion, delusion, what's reality, what's real energy. And we are feeling it right now. And it's kind of interesting now with Mercury moving into Pisces, we're going to be having this feeling of trying to figure out what's real and what's not real, going through your thoughts and then kind of like having a feeling of maybe entertaining an opposite thought, or maybe it's actually this way and I've been deceived this whole time. And it gets to this place with this Pisces energy that it's just really hard to know what exactly is going on and what is the truth. So the key to this energy is, and the key to coming out of this victimization is reaching for a higher truth, reaching for a truth that has more meaning. And in this energy of this Pisces eclipse, it's so strange and so weird. It's almost like, I don't know what's going on. And that's kind of the feeling a lot of people are having right now, trying to figure out what's going on in their life is not working. And once Mercury moves into Pisces, we're just going to be there. We're going to be there in this muck. We're going to be there with the Sun and Mercury coming together in Pisces and kind of being like, what in the heck is going on? And I think that there might be some revealing from this eclipse in this outside world. It's happening already, little drips of information. This whole season, election season in the US has just been very strange with the information coming forward, clearly not the whole story, and yet we're only getting little dribbles of the whole story. And so what does that mean in your life to have a disclosure of the truth? And what I'm finding is that right now it is so elusive what the truth is because of all this Pisces energy, and you could get lost in your mind for a long time trying to figure out what's really real right now. But the magic of this time is connecting to that collective consciousness, connecting to the higher truth, connecting to the bigger, wider scope of things, and pulling yourself up above this confusion and understanding that the magic of this time is that what if it's whatever you want it to be? So instead of figuring out, we're so trained to think through everything and try to analyze everything that's going on. But what if you come to this place where you're like, I can't figure out what's going on? And what if at that moment you could say, I want it to look like this. So we're entering into this interesting time of shifting and changing on the planet where more and more what we think becomes reality. And so our thoughts are really powerful. And we all know this, but then how do we actually put this into practice? You know? And so there's this energy here of kind of coming to the end of what you can accept as reality and then being like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in this relationship. I don't know what's going on in this political situation. I don't know what's going on in this situation that needs my attention. But maybe that means that I can make it whatever I'd like it to be in that higher truth, reaching up to the higher truth, trying to bring more love to the situation by reaching up above, seeing the bigger picture. So Chiron's transformation has to do with recognizing that everything he went through allowed him to become the healer and the shaman that he is, and that the price was worth it. Okay, so this is where we're at, humanity. We have a lot of stuff that's gone on that has gotten us to this point. We have an opportunity to come out of victim and come into the magical shaman energy of waking up to the fact that we are humans having an experience, a spirit in a body on planet Earth right now. What an amazing experience to become conscious of ourselves as the cosmic collective energy in individual bodies playing out these plays. When we're playing out these plays and we're going through our life in this way, there's always a higher truth to reach for, in that whatever I'm experiencing in this moment is perfect. because I see how everything I've experienced up to this point has gotten me here today. So Chiron's transformation out of victim is about finding that higher truth and deeply forgiving those who have wronged him, deeply forgiving his higher self, the universe, for whatever had to happen in order to get to this place of enlightenment so that he could bring his healing to this realm. So there is a huge soul group right now being really activated into their healing abilities, not even maybe knowing that they were a healer on any level, but the ground is moving under our feet. The things are shifting, the old structures are falling away, and this victimization, struggle, battle with life and confusion and illusion and addiction is falling away. And we are evolving beyond this place into this new birth, into this Aquarian age. So the key of this time right now is to understand, kind of, first of all, surrender to the weirdness, surrender to the fact that nothing is as it seems right now. And that's actually a good thing, because if nothing is as it seems, that means there's a window here to create the reality you want to create. So this is going to be a big part of the activation. And the activation for this Pisces new moon total solar eclipse has to do with surrender into this Pisces energy and see through it into a new way. So the uncomfortable thing about our structures falling apart has to do with feeling like everything we know is leaving us. We don't know who we are. We don't know what's under our feet. We don't have faith in the structure of our lives. That's just part of the falling away. But tapping into the magic of recognizing that perhaps things are falling together, that somewhere out there, there's a higher part of ourselves, even if we feel in deep confusion, far away from our path and what we thought we want to be doing here. Maybe we're finding our way home. And so using this powerful energy of the eclipse, the light coming on, the light going off, the light coming on. This is about illuminating those structures of your life that are no longer working, illuminating the belief systems that are from past conditioning that need to fall away from your life. And that can feel like things are falling apart, but surrender. Step into this Pisces water energy, step into the collective whole, step into that deep trust of knowing that whatever's going on, you are held by the universe. Because why? You are the universe. Science has proven to us that we are particles. Everything exists within inside of us. That we are a living fractal of the universe. So how can there be a force outside of ourselves that has any authority over us? That's where this victimization comes in. It's feeling like life is working against you. It's saying that, no, you're not good enough. You aren't being rewarded in the right way. You're being punished. All that stuff is stories that needs to go in the garbage from the Piscean age, because we're working on a different paradigm now. And the paradigm is that, whoa, I'm a piece of the universe. I'm a fractal of the universe. I'm a God particle. Therefore, I can access all of that within me. So as much as there's this weird, eerie twilight zone energy going on with all these Pisces, there also is this glimpse into the future, into the new, because Uranus is so powerfully activated with Mars right now in Aries. So it's a rebirth of the self, a rebirth of the identity towards this future that is there for humanity when we have this shift, understanding that there's nothing out there that's not inside of us. We have everything within us. We are in an ever-expanding universe. That means we are ever-expanding, and we have source within. There is no longer a God out there telling us whether we're good enough or bad enough. And even if people don't buy into that type of thinking, still find themselves living this out in their life. You know, it's like a voice in your head constantly editing you, arguing with you, coming in and saying you didn't do it good enough, you should have done better. That is this old paradigm structure. New paradigm is, I'm here having an experience of oneness in my individual, unique way. And there's no judgment in that. And so we're just moving out of needing that outside authority, this belief system that there's something out there that's going to say whether we deserve to have what we need or whether we need to be punished. How can we deserve to have what we need when it's all within us? So this is the massive shift that's going on. And so Uranus is known for sudden changes, unexpected, shocking, revolutionary changes, lightning fast change. And whenever Uranus and Jupiter are in aspect together, Jupiter brings expansion, and it's the planet of luck. So it's kind of like more magic, and magic that's luck and synchronicities. So as much as this time is really strange, it's also an opportunity to tap into synchronicities, coincidences that are not really coincidences, and getting on track with this force that wants to move in your life, this force of your highest self, the guidance of the universe that's wanted to work in your life, but you've been arguing with it because you've been giving authority to a false critical God that lives in your head. So it's time for that to end. And this is a perfect time at this new moon eclipse to step over this threshold into your own autonomy, into your own spiritual authority, that's saying my life is happening as a reflection of what's within me so that I can heal and grow and learn and become free, become the shaman, become the healer, not to be punished. And so with this Uranus and Aries opposite each other in such close aspect, being really activated by Mars, bringing the fight to it, bringing the fire to it, bringing the impatience to it, let's do it now. And so that energy is bringing this, and all of this Pisces strangeness. Actually, the combination could be quite magical for events to happen in your life that bring you to that path. The person, the book, the concept, the phone call, something that can come in and intercede in a magical way. So be open to these things. And the key to this is the surrender. And is this coming out of victimization, seeking that higher truth that's in line with the whole picture of the universe, way, way, way bigger than we usually let ourselves conceive of. If you want to use your mental mind during this time, stop trying to figure out what it means and start deciding what it means, deciding that you are being supported by the universe, deciding that the whole universe is expanding within you at all times, that the garden of abundance has been there all along, because that's where everything started from. And so we can only go back there. And when we can see things from this wider perspective, this bigger perspective, this deep forgiveness for all the pain that's been caused to us, that we've allowed for ourselves, that we have been a part of in humanity, it's time to drop all of the chains of the stories of this painful existence on this planet, because we're not playing anymore. We're going to take this opportunity to step over the threshold and create the world we want by reflection of the truth of who we are. So that Uranus and Aries is a revolution in the identity. Who are we, humanity? And Mars is putting a fire to it. So we've got this crazy energy going on with all this fire, super activation, because we still have Saturn in Sagittarius and Venus is still in Aries. So Mars and Venus in Aries, and Mars right on top of Uranus. And so we've got all this fire, and then we've also got all of this water with 5 planets in the South Node in Pisces. And so water and fire are the elements of power in alchemy, the male and the female. And so the whole energy of ancient alchemy and the mysterious science of alchemy is about trying to join these elements together. So alchemy and transformation are about joining the male and the female, joining the different halves of our brain, joining the different sides of the aisle, and understanding that we all want the same thing. And we are not interested in living in conflict anymore. And so we're stepping into this new Aquarian age, and this is just a absolute line in the sand of this eclipse being an opportunity to step out like a bad fitting coat out of the painful stories of your past, the programming, the conditioning, the belief systems that's lived through your family, through your past lives, through the whole planet, the whole collective identity, and just be like, I'm not buying this story anymore. I am so sick of being a victim. I am so sick of having an enemy, have some force working against me, and whether I'm good enough or whether I earned it. It's like, no, I'm ready to shine like the sun with that North Node going into Leo. I'm ready to own it. I'm ready to display. So there's a powerful thing happening right now in certain soul groups of leaving behind the victimization and stepping in to expressing the light of the sun, expressing the magical shaman, being the force that's bringing healing to the planet. And so we're feeling all this fire, all this air, and it's an opportunity to come together in this sacred union within, healing the rift between the sides of ourselves, between the male and female, right brain, left brain, intellect, intuition, and starting to have this alchemy in your life, letting the magic come in and letting yourself feel like a whole person that has their own spiritual autonomy. So we're going to get into this activation. The main thing is going to be tapping into this future possibilities, this magical energy happening with Jupiter and Uranus and Mars activating it right around the time of this Pisces new moon solar eclipse, where things are about, the backdrop of your life is about to change dramatically. If you're ready to step through to a new reality. It's just like pull in a whole new scene change. And so using this fire, inspiration, excitement about the future, synchronicities, moving into this new age. And then we've got this Pisces kind of strange magic going on. And together we can step into that new era. So we're going to look at what this means in our life and allow for ourselves to have the electromagnetic and cellular reset and changes and healing that can help us step over to this threshold and also release these stories of the past, of this painful victimhood, this anywhere within us that still buys into those stories that we're here to be punished or to suffer. When in fact, we're here to understand and to become conscious of the fact that we are consciousness, source, light, love in a body experiencing itself. So in order to be evolved to the point where we could be conscious that we're consciousness, we had to not know we are consciousness. And we had to feel like we were victims. We had to buy into it and feel like there was this menacing, punishing God out there, and that the elements and the Mother Earth was, there's a wrathful energy, and are we going to survive as humans? And it's just like, no, we're a part of this whole experience, and an important part, and our consciousness is evolving to understand that. But we had to buy into the story in order to get here. So can we take the gifts of the story? Can we take the light of the sun? Can we take the shamanistic magical abilities that are coming our way as we evolve and let go of the way we've done things instead of arguing and fighting against? So let's go ahead and tap into the powerful energy of this new moon solar eclipse. And just go ahead and find yourself arriving in your space, in your body, in present time, right here, right now. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Become conscious of your body. You may feel these subtle energetic changes happening. This can be distortions in time. It can be just a simple lightening of the mood for no reason. It can also be a heaviness as these energies are trying to leave. So what alchemy was really about was about finding the heavy parts of ourselves and transforming it into light. And so we are in the depths of this process, in this Piscean energy, because we are in the Chiron, woundedness, victim. Oh, it's just been so hard. And when will it get easier? And I have so much to work against and everything's going wrong. And why is it so hard for me? And trying to bring yourself up above the water of this confusing emotional spectrum right now. And the message there is like, stop trying to understand it. Surrender to how you feel. Does it remind you of something in the past? Maybe you're healing the past in a better way that you didn't have time for before. Go into the heaviness in order to transform it and release it. And allow for this opportunity to step through into this threshold of a whole new scene, whole new chapter, whole new backdrop in your life. So just go ahead and feel yourself arrive here in this now moment, taking a few deep breaths, paying attention to your body. When we talk about being a victim to life, where do you feel that in your physical body? When you feel like things aren't going your way and you must have done something wrong, where is that in your body? Can you see now that that's an illusion, a delusion, a story of the past? That, first of all, if there's a consciousness out there, we're a part of it, right? We are that God particle, but if it's consciousness, it's just consciousness. Pure consciousness has no judgment. So already the concept of an authority outside of yourself is a concept of duality consciousness. And so can you be in that place where you can look at your life without judgment? And just paying attention to the area of your body that has been lit up from this discussion, talking about these concepts, this part of you that feels perhaps fear of punishment by life. This feeling that comes up when things don't go your way. And what if it is your way? You just don't really know what your way is because you're not tuned into your highest self, because you're playing a game. Playing things out in this dimensional reality doesn't mean that there isn't a higher truth guiding it. So just go ahead and find within your being where this lights up and just move into the sensation of fear of things happening in life, fear of things going wrong, trying to hold it together. And where do you hold life together in your body? And I'd like you to just pay attention to that area of your body. Pay attention to that sensation. Go ahead and feel yourself connect with Mother Earth. Just go ahead and you can feel that sensation, but connect your body deep into Mother Earth. Feel a grounding cord and feel how much better that feels with Mother Earth holding you. So don't forget that there is support from the universe available to you through these transitions. So this feeling that's coming up in your body is an old feeling. Go ahead and ask if it's from this life or a past life, or both. Where in your field exists this feeling of fear of being punished? So go ahead and allow any images to arise. How were you punished? Particularly, this is not being just punished in general. This is being punished for who you are. Not something you've done, but who you are in a past life. And perhaps you were punished for being an alchemist. Lots of energy coming up around alchemy, and the alchemists carried the ancient secrets of life, and at some point they became a target. Perhaps you were an herbalist or a midwife. Perhaps you were a seer. Perhaps you were a politician trying to bring new ideas. Perhaps you were just in the wrong uniform on the wrong side of the battlefield. Just receive an energy wave, an energetic healing from the very source energy of the universe. Just this wave of beautiful healing energy, this Pisces wave. And allow this to go to this whole collective consciousness. Anyone who's ready to release these fear of being punished from past lives, fear of being punished for who you really are. Because what's happening with this Uranus and Aries is we have no choice. We're awakening to who we really are. Just receive this energetic wave, this beautiful healing wave, ocean wave of source energy, consciousness energy, washing over you and washing away this fear. Understanding the higher knowing, the higher truth has more love in it. If you can't get to a higher truth, just feel love and it'll bring you to the higher truth. The higher truth will bring you more love. So perhaps there was a reason why your soul decided karmically it wanted to experience this pain, this fear of who it really is. Now it's time to drop these chains and feel supported by the universe in who you really are. So go ahead and just imagine that these chains, these straps, this straitjacket, this prison, whatever it is in your field that is representing these belief systems around feeling fear around being punished for who you really are, just see those falling away. So we're moving into a new paradigm, and just seeing that is happening for this whole collective consciousness, this whole soul group that would like to receive this healing at this time. Just dropping these chains. Some part of you bought into the fact that you deserve to be punished for who you are. But that's no longer true. I'm just taking a few deep breaths, moving your breath into that area of your body, feeling the energy wave from the cosmos, releasing and healing, washing through your whole being, resetting your energy vibration, and connecting into Mother Earth, bringing the waters to the earth, and just feeling a deep connection with Mother Earth Gaia, all that lives, from the base of your spine, just reaching out with this waterfall energy, maybe tree trunk, roots, whatever it is, some sort of connection that you have, your own unique way, to Mother Earth Gaia. Just feeling the whole lower part of your body release and relax. Past life pictures of feeling unsafe or persecuted for who you are lead to a feeling of insecurity in the root chakra. Is it safe for me to be on the planet? I'd like you to go ahead and ask Mother Earth if you have permission to be here on the planet. Do you have permission from Mother Earth to bring your light? I'd like you to receive her blessing. As if you could journey through your root system deep down into the earth, to Mother Earth Gaia, to her cave, and she has something for you. And I'd like you to embrace Mother Earth and feel her love. She represents the miracle energy of rebirth and regeneration. She's here for us on this journey as a living, breathing entity, carrying us, moving with us, shifting and changing with us into this future. So I'd like you to just receive a complete root chakra recalibration, feeling absolutely safe and held and welcome here on planet Earth in a body as you receive Mother Earth Gaia's gift and blessing. Go ahead and receive from Mother Earth. Perhaps there's images that come forward onto the waiting pool that's in front of you. Perhaps she has a physical gift for you, energetic, metaphorical gift Go ahead and receive and open that gift. Receive the images, the information, as you ask her, is it okay for you to bring your light to planet Earth finally? Do you have her blessing and her support? And go ahead and feel her embrace and receive her gifts as you come back to the garden of oneness within your being. Just taking a few deep breaths. Mother Earth is beyond ecstatic to have you on the planet bringing your light. Let the waters of the earth and the cosmic ocean that's washing over you reset your whole vibrational system to being deeply welcomed on the planet. Washing away all of the old stories of the past that you deserve to be punished for who you are in bringing light to the planet. You were a target, but you've karmically evolved beyond that now. So go ahead and send an energy of forgiveness, blowing a kiss to anyone, anywhere, who's ever punished you for anything on any level. Saying, thank you, I love you, I forgive you, I honor you. I no longer need to be punished. Just sending this blessing that you've received from Mother Earth back to all the people who have ever punished you on any level and any lifetime. And send them your wish that they can come out of this punishment energy as well. Life is not a punishment. Life is a grand adventure in a physical body. Just taking a few deep breaths, breathing into that area of tightness, feeling it release. Feeling yourself come home to Mother Earth in a way you never have before. As one by one, these stories of being rewarded or punished or having some sort of authority outside of you that gets to decide how your life's going to be. That's a lie. You're in charge of your life. You just don't know what it means. You are your higher self. There's a plan for you. Sometimes you just don't get to know what that is. And it feels like everything's going wrong. But that does not mean it's wrong, and it does not mean you're a victim. It means you're here living and growing. And so go ahead and send out this blessing, send blowing a kiss to everyone who has ever hurt you in this life or other lifetimes. I love you, I thank you, I forgive you, I honor you for helping me get to this place where I no longer need to be hurt by the people around me, because I understand I'm not a victim. Just taking a few deep breaths, watching the energy in your body shift and change as you receive this healing. Checking back in with Mother Earth Gaia, feeling her love and support, her blessing, her non-judgment, her complete and total acceptance, and send that out to all of these people who have hurt you before with a blessing that you don't think they need to be hurting themselves either. Are we all hurting ourselves? Because we've been told we've been hurting each other and we need to hurt each other to keep from being hurt from each other. But what if we've been just hurting ourselves by karmically allowing and believing we deserve it? So just send this blessing back to any person in this life, past life, that has hurt you. They probably hurt you because they were hurting inside. And you know that you don't want to live this way anymore. And you know that you want what's best for them too. Go ahead and just receive your own cosmic healing wave in communication with Mother Earth Gaia, connecting you with above and below, and just breathe in air, light, and prana into your body, allowing your consciousness to move from your head into your heart, dropping with gravity. Your consciousness is now, your awareness is now moving down from your head into your throat, and just feeling the closeness of the tissues around you as your consciousness continues to drop like on an elevator, and you find yourself behind your physical heart, and there's a vortex there. The physical heart has an electromagnetic field that creates a vortex, which is also the same as free energy technology and vortex technology that's going to be solving a lot of the problems on our planet. And so just go ahead and step into your own free energy device in your own body, the portal of the heart. Just feel yourself being pulled into the portal of the heart on this journey, deeper and deeper into your heart space, into the truth of you, into the oneness. You go far enough into your heart, you'll find yourself out in the cosmos. So just feel yourself floating, weightless and free. Just moving through the universe, releasing all tension and stress, cares and worries, just letting it all fall away as you come back to your heart space. And breathing into your heart. And going deeper and deeper into the heart space, into the cosmic space. And just going further and further along, floating through space until you find yourself coming back through your third eye into the center of your head, connecting your heart and your head, keeping your consciousness in both your heart and your head. As you feel the activation, the connection of your heart to your third eye, to your higher machinery, your higher knowing, and just breathe into that third eye area, into the center of your head, pituitary and pineal gland, pituitary and pineal chakra. When these are activated, they create beams of light around your body. Just breathing into those beams of light, breathing into your halo. See, one of these beams projects right out the center of your forehead, and with your eyes closed, it's like seeing with your eyes open. Just pretend you can see along this projection of light from your third eye. And I'd like you to imagine that in front of you is this line in the sand, is this new dimensional frequency you've been dabbling with, but haven't quite been ready to jump in with both feet. If you turn around, the world behind you is kind of a war zone. It's been about survival. It's been about getting through. It's been about more karma clearing and more healing and more pain and more this and more that and the next tragedy. And turn around. I'd like you to see in front of you is just clear expanse. And coming up on your path is this line in the sand. And that line represents this total solar eclipse in Pisces. On the other side of the line is the new you, living from your heart truth, living in a compassionate love, living in this place where no one can ever hurt you and no one can ever punish you, because it's just not even possible. There's no part of you that still buys into that paradigm. And you're ready to step into the new paradigm as you can allow. as you feel comfortable. It's there waiting for you from this eclipse on. And I'd like you to just peer into that future, this future of coming from this place of loving compassion, of deep forgiveness, of understanding we're all the same ultimately, and we all want the same thing. And that everyone around you see is a reflection of the wholeness, the entirety of the universe. So in effect, they are you. And when you love you, you can love them wherever they're at. And go ahead and peering out this third eye, take a glimpse, a look at the movie running past, the potential future. What does your life look like and feel like when you step over this threshold? Just receive. Is there anything you can do in your next steps to support this transition? And go ahead and receive any practical things, actions you can take, next steps on this path to help you step over this threshold. And just taking a few deep breaths, allowing your whole being, cell by cell, your whole energetic field to reset into these future possibilities of a life lived outside of conditioning and programming, outside of victimhood, outside of this fear of being punished or not doing it good enough, trying to hold on to life. The new paradigm is about life living you, your cosmic higher self having room to roam in your life, where you don't need to take life so personally. But life is living you and moving you along, and the universe is coming up to meet you, and it's a feeling that the universe has got your back. And what does that look like? And what does that feel like? And just feel all of the heavy energies of these problems that have been holding you in this paradigm just fall away as you've gotten a glimpse of the higher truth. And more love. And go ahead and send yourself a kiss and a hug like you sent to all of those people. Feel the power of your loving and nurturing yourself. This is a powerful time for the rest of this time with the North Node in Virgo to take care of yourself on a deep level. Clean your body, clean your house, ground out, get organized, be ready for this new life ahead, and clear away the cobwebs of the conditioning of the past. And don't worry, it will show itself to you. Because when you go to take a leap forward, what comes up is what has been holding you back. And that's where we are right now as we face this threshold experience, as our collective consciousness chooses the way of the future. And so you have chosen this path of higher knowing and more love. This path of supported and held by the universe. This excitement at being in a body, bringing your light to planet Earth. And so feel that love, that forgiveness, that acceptance, that deep blowing kiss, love and forgiveness for yourself that you had sent everyone else. And feel that it starts here. and feel yourself as the source of all. Feel that you have everything you need right here, right now. To make sure over these next days and weeks of this energy of this eclipse, to just take the opportunity to slow down, meditate, feel into this vibration, feel into this oneness. There's a powerful energy working in the collective, and all you have to do is get on the train and remember that the garden was there all along. It was just hidden from us. So feel yourself in Mother Earth, Gaia's garden, inviting in this whole soul group, your whole soul affiliated soul group, as together you make this huge leap in evolutionary consciousness, bringing, excuse me, the rest of the planet with you. And just taking a few deep breaths, breathing in this light and love of consciousness, the truth coming out of all stories, and breathing out light and love and consciousness and clarity to your soul group and the collective consciousness. And feel yourself as that electromagnetic field, that pillar between cosmic consciousness, light, and earth energy. And just breathing into your heart, air, light, and prana. Breathing in love, breathing out love to this whole soul group and the collective consciousness, and bringing in higher knowing and loving consciousness with each breath, more and more. Feel yourself preparing energetically and on a cellular level, receive an energetic wave, preparing you for this step over the threshold into the next level of consciousness whenever you're ready. Just taking a few deep breaths as you begin to complete your journey. Just coming back into your everyday awareness, just taking your time as you're ready, as you're comfortable, just staying in the space as long as you like, bringing with you this heart-centered consciousness, this deep peace, this connection with Mother Earth Gaia. She has given you full permission to be a light worker, holder, keeper on the planet. And just breathe into that newfound validation and support. Just as you're ready, coming back into your everyday awareness, into your body, into your room, just coming into present time right here, right now, wiggling your fingers and toes, bringing with you your heart-centered consciousness. But when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes, come out of meditation. Well, thank you so much for that powerful journey. Just a beautiful picture of entertaining a whole new way, a concept of the universe, and seeing how silly the stories we've been told are when we put them next to this new concept of abundance, of the truth that we are the cosmos ourselves. And so there is no force out there that says whether or not we get to have access to the cosmos. So it's a different world for us, humanity, and it's an exciting verge. And I'm so glad that you could join me for this activation and consider stepping over that threshold and feel the support of the universe and nudging along the collective consciousness at the same time. So thank you for being the light. Thank you for being the gift. You are the pillar between heaven and earth. You have deep permission to be here on the planet right now. everyone is so happy that you're here being a part of this. So embrace that, love yourself, care for yourself, tend to yourself over this next few weeks, because we are in a rebirthing process, and it can be so much smoother when we can take care of ourselves, love ourselves in a deep level, and honor the role that we play here. And so thank you so much for joining me, and good job making it to this point. And I hope that you have a wonderful Pisces new moon eclipse, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste.